Hello. Hi. I'm going to take these off so you can see my face and ignore my fan, it's hot. Welcome to a very special reading vlog. I'm assuming you already know from the title, but this is a bit different today. We're doing it a bit differently to usual. Today we are going to be doing a reading vlog for A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. This is probably one of my most anticipated releases of 2021. I love the A Court of Thorns and Roses series more than a lot of things and people. I probably do a reread of it maybe once every year or so. And I did recently complete a reread of this about halfway through last year, so I'm well prepared for A Court of Silver Flames. So that is the first reason that this is a special reading vlog, because it's a special specific reading vlog. And the second reason is because we are starting on a Thursday night. I have an incredibly busy weekend ahead of me, but I wanted to jump into this as soon as I possibly could. I managed to get my hands on it yesterday, and I have just been itching to read it since. I am currently reading The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but I'm making a very important decision to put that on hold for now so that I can jump into this. For those of you who don't know, A Court of Silver Flames is the first in the companion series. I don't actually know what she is calling this, but it is the fourth book in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series. In the first three of the series, obviously we follow Feyre Archeron and her adventures, and then this book will actually focus on her sister Nesta, and it takes her events from what I can imagine after the events of A Court of Wings and Ruin and A Court of Frost and Starlight. So the A Court of Thorns and Roses series and A Court of Silver Flames is set in a world where Fae are a thing, and the Fae and the humans have been at war or just very separated for quite a while. A Court of Thorns and Roses follows Feyre, who actually gets taken over to the Fae side of the world in kind of a Beauty and the Beast retelling. And that's kind of where the story starts, but it definitely divulges and evolves from there. I'm going to try to make this as non-spoilery as possible, and I'm just going to give some basic things, but there probably will be things in this vlog about the characters, who they are, where they are. So if you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses and you want to, I will put a flash on the screen when I'm talking about spoilery things or potentially spoilery things for the rest of the series, because obviously being the fourth book in a series, it is going to have characters who may have been threatened in the past, who you don't know if they live or die, and many things happen. So without further ado, let's jump into the reading vlog. I have not started this yet, and I'm about to start it right now. So let's do it. God damn, I'm so excited. Are you excited, Patty? Do you want to read this? He does not care. Come on. Good boy. Reading update. I have read about 40 pages so far, from what I can gather, because you know I don't like reading synopses. This book is just a Nesta intervention, and there is a lot of animosity and trauma. I don't know, there's just a whole lot of weird feelings going on. It's a mystery. They're kind of setting the stage, and things have been alluded to from the end of the first series. But yeah, look, I've flown through the first 40 pages. I think that Sarah J Maas's writing is very consumable very easily, so I don't foresee this being a problem to finish, even though it's 750 pages long. I think it helps that I know the characters already and that I know the world and it's all very established already. But I'm going to keep reading this tonight until I fall asleep basically, and then we will continue on tomorrow. What a miserable day. It's so rainy. It's so rainy that the inside of my house looks like nighttime. Usually it's really bright daylight right now, but no, rain. One would say this is a perfect day to sit home and read. Nay, I must work. But exciting! Oh my god, I pick up my car today. How cool. Can you tell our viewers what day it is, Patty? What day is it? Yes, it's Tuesday, and I've read 100 pages of A Court of Silver Flames since Thursday. So my latest reading update is that I have read only 100 pages of A Court of Silver Flames since Thursday. It is now Tuesday morning. However, I do have the next 2 weeks off. So hopefully in that time, I will have finished A Court of Silver Flame. My thoughts on the book right now is basically that I'm glad it is dual perspective with Cassian and Nesta. I don't think I would cope if it was just Nesta. I find her difficult. I understand, but it's difficult. I'm like semi-interested. The story is sort of picking up. We're starting to understand who the villain is in this story, and it seems to be a continuation of the previous conflict, but it seems to be way more complex from what I can gather. I've only been at one council-ish meeting so far, so who actually knows? But we're going to make my coffee. I have my coffee and we are going to sit down and do some, thank you. We're gonna read, because isn't that what this channel is all about? We like to read. Hello, reading update. We have made it another 100 pages into A Court of Silver Flames. It's still like so far to go. Yeah, lost all hope of finishing this by tomorrow, but that is okay. Tomorrow I'm also going to see Frozen the musical, which is very exciting, so I won't have time to finish it. But my thoughts for now, we're getting to know a bit more about, I guess, what's happening with Nesta, like what she is experiencing. There's some elements of like PTSD floating around. Having a look at how she's managing that and how everyone's kind of helping her. And yeah, I think in the first place, when I first read A Court of Thorns and Roses and all that kind of series, I didn't love Nesta. I think that she has some flaws as a character, but having an entire book dedicated to her makes me hopeful that there is some room for character development and that we get to see a lot more of her coming out of her shell and who she actually is as a person, because being a side character, we don't know that much about her or what her experience was when she and Feyre and Elaine were younger girls. So yeah, I'm pretty hopeful for this book actually. I had low expectations going in. Can we also just talk about the fact that the covers are completely different and they're completely different sizes, and I'm mad about it. I'm gonna take a short break for now and go make some lunch, go take the dogs outside. I told my sister I'd drive her to the shops, so that's another break in the day. I really don't know what to do with myself. I have all of this time. I've taken like 2 weeks off work and I have nothing to do aside from read, and it's great. It helps that Sarah J Maas has such engrossing writing and it's so easy to read. It's just, yeah, I'm glad that I'm reading this instead of something else right now. We are taking a short interlude to make a pot of coffee. I bought some coffee to use my teeny tiny plunger, so that's what we're gonna do. So I think that this book is just glorified smut. There is so much sexual tension and it's wildly inappropriate for small children. So if you think it's a young adult, it's not. It's definitely an adult fantasy. All right, how much coffee does one put in a plunger? Let's give it a red hot go and say like, I don't know, that much. Is that enough? Is that how much coffee we put in a plunger? That's how much we're gonna put in a plunger today and see how we go. Do we store coffee in the fridge or do we store coffee in the pantry? Someone help me. Boiling water. And then we'll just let it brew. Alright, I have my pot. And we're gonna go sit with the book. We're gonna continue reading. I think I'm at about page 250. It still feels really introductory at this point, and they've kind of hinted at the main conflict, but they've really pumped character in the first start of this book, or Sarah J Maas has. The start of this book is basically character, and the plot is being given to us in little sprinkles here and there. So I suspect the second half of the book will pick up in that sense, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really enjoying the dynamic between Nesta and Cassian. I'm like a real big sucker for a like troubled past, shared past trauma trope. It's what I live for, it's what I love in books. What are you doing? Yay. What was I saying? Something about characters. They're good. Are you enjoying the book, Sylvie? You're definitely enjoying that I'm here all day. Hattie's not. Hattie is antsy because he can't come out because he tries to attack the dogs. Good times. Don't get a bird. Where am I supposed to see it? Yeah. This is comfortable. Thank you, dogs. Something that I am struggling with this book, and it is, how are we supposed to abbreviate and say the name of this book without having to say all of the letters and words? Get it together. How are we supposed to say this in an abbreviated form without having to say all of the words? A Court of Thorns and Roses becomes ACOTAR. A Court of Mist and Fury becomes ACOMAF. ACOSF? What? We need the A. We need the A. Why couldn't it have been Silver and Flame? I mean, like, I know why it is Silver Flames, but like, wouldn't it have been so much nicer to be ACOSF? ACOSF would have been so much easier to say, not ACOSF. Update. Oh, I just closed the book and I didn't mark the page, but I'm at page 286, so we're nearly at 300 pages. More story is nice. We're getting to know more of Nesta, we're getting to see her story and feel her transition through from this brooding and awful human being that was present in the first series into this new person. It feels really rushed. I don't know if that's just because a lot of the story hasn't happened yet and it has just been focused on character, and maybe that's why I feel like it's not really substantiated. Am I just being really picky? I don't know. I feel like Nesta's too nice now. I mean, she's still not nice as a person. She's still like pretty awful to most people she comes across, and like she feels a bit too soft in some places and it doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel like it's been explained. I'll keep reading. It might change. Usually these things, when I complain about them, change, so we'll see. You're being very loud. Yeah. You're being real loud. Oh, really? Oh, is that so? Is that what you think of the book? Yeah. Same. Cool. Hello and welcome back to day 2 of reading this book properly. And I'm wearing the same shirt. Yes, I have not yet changed. We're at page 400 at the moment, so more than halfway through, which is really nice. The story is just so engrossing, and not in the way that I think Crescent City was or Court of Thorns and Roses, but I keep finding myself really drawn back into the book. There's been several other things that I've really needed to do or wanted to do, and I just haven't done them because I've decided to read instead, which is fine, but it's not as like gripping as the other ones were, and I'm really confused as to why I'm so engrossed in this one. And the thing that I wanted to like jump on here and discuss with you is that I really like that we're actually learning about the training process in this one. In the past, it's kind of been like, oh yeah, Feyre went up and she got trained by Cassian and Azriel and they did some sparring, blah, blah, blah. But we're learning a lot more about what is involved in training and what the steps are. And they've started with, we need to train your feet and your stance first. And then they like go through the process of what different stages of training there are. And I really like it because I'm actually able to keep up with what they're talking about when there's dialogue about what kind of training they're doing. So that's been really nice to be able to experience in this book, and it just keeps getting better. So yes, my thoughts from the start of this book and the thoughts now have drastically changed, and it's just still very smutty. Very smutty. I've brewed another pot of coffee, and I think that I've gotten the balance right of coffee to water ratio and how long to brew it for, so that's really nice. But cleaning a plunger coffee is the worst thing in the world. But that is all for now. I'm going to keep reading. I do have to go to the vet at 9:30, so I will read until then. I'll go to the vet and I'll come back and keep reading. Time for your 100-page update. We're at 500 now, and I am trash for this book. It's so good. I don't know if it's good in a way that it's good, or if it's good in a way that I'm so into the story and the characters and I don't know why, but that should be good too. And so I'm going to say it's good. Story is picking up. I think this is definitely going to be another trilogy, I think. And I would seriously hope, considering I am a mere quarter of the way from the end and we haven't even touched on the conflict much. Like, it's been mentioned and it's building, but the main conflict is like, I don't know how she's going to fit it into the next 250 pages. I mean, it could be done. I have no idea yet, but part of me has me hoping for more books from this series. But yeah, cool. Love this book. So good. Gonna hopefully finish it today. Once again, I've only got 250 pages left. I am leaving at about 2 to go see Frozen the musical. I may get to it when I get back, but then it may also just be tomorrow's reading. So there's that too. But yeah, let's keep going. This is great. I love this. So this giddy bean has decided to join me for chills. What are you doing? He's getting his old man angry face on. What about some scritches? Oh yeah, scritches. You can't see, but he's resting his beak on my shoulder. What a precious little gem. Compared to yesterday when he was literally psycho bird. Like, would not sit still, biting me every second. And then today we have this. Update. Done my face for Frozen. It is this. We are Disney bounding as characters. So my friend is going as Anna and I am Disney bounding as Olaf. Hence the orange and the white and the black. And I've got stockings on to simulate sticks. This is where we're at today. Oh, thank you. Do I need my shirt, please? Patty, look, we match. We match. Does not care. Good morning. Welcome to day 3, 4 of probably reading this book. Something along that sort. So, ACOSF Did I, we're at page 550. We're definitely finishing this today. We're on the home stretch. Yeah, it's shaped up to be a very classic Sarah J Maas book, which I'm not mad about. I am trash for Sarah J Maas's books, even though sometimes they're controversial and there's, you know, things that aren't super great in it, but I'm a sucker for love to hate, and that's super present in this book. I am also a sucker for like building up strong female characters, which is also present in this book. Things are sort of starting to shape up a bit more now. I don't have anything specific to sort of chat about with this reading update, but I've just wanted to jump on here and let you know that I am still rather enjoying myself. I did go to see Frozen last night and it was magical, and a lot of the time when I was out going to see it, I really wanted to be reading. Like, there's things that reminded me of Nesta and Cassian, and I was like, I just need to keep reading. So this morning I'm trying to find my groove again because I've sort of fallen out of that a little bit. Just trying to sit down, dedicate some time, find my groove, and then fall back into the story, because once I'm in, it's really hard to get out. And hopefully we can finish this afternoon, and then I can get my proper thoughts out to the wider world. I decided to turn slightly on the lounge so you've got a slightly different background, because I have not moved from this one position in the last 4 days. Page 660, reading update. We are near the end of the book and I don't want it to end. And I knew this was gonna happen. It happens every time, especially with the Sarah J Maas books, but things have ramped up and I just want them to keep going, and I know that they won't because we've only got like less than 100 pages to go, so pray for me. It is done. I have done it. I finished it. It's done. Yeah, final thoughts, I guess. That's what we do now. We're back to the same sitting position. I should have some art on this wall so you can actually differentiate where I'm sitting. The Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J Maas. Ripping story. Felt a bit weak in hindsight, mostly because most of it is about characters and not story. The ending was a bit lackluster and I don't yet know why, because I have only just finished it 30 seconds ago and I have not thought deeply enough about it yet to figure out why I'm dissatisfied. But in saying that, this was a fantastic book. This feels very much like the first book in a new series, which, I mean, it is a continuation of the first series, but it feels very much like another introduction. There is a lot of things that were left open, but yes, love this book. Couldn't stop reading it, couldn't stop thinking about it. I think I will give it 4.5 stars out of 5. I would probably put this on par with like A Court of Wings and Ruin in terms of like my love for the series and like love for the books. The Court of Mist and Fury will always hold top tier in my eyes of this world. Let me know in the comments, like more than ever before, let me know what you have thought of reading this book, because I feel like I need to talk to someone about this. Did you enjoy it? Did you like Nesta? Did you like the story? Did you like the characters? Did you think that it was just glorified smut? Please let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.